All right. So I decided to go live on YouTube first today because, but this every Saturday I'm going to be live right here as I broadcast my Saturday show, Country Underground. Monday through Friday, I host Big Farley in the morning, which is our station's predominantly top 40 country, is what it is. But we are an independently owned station, so we do play a lot more independent artists than most of your corporate owned stations would. However, it's still top 40. So a lot of stuff just doesn't get played, even though I feel like it should, or I feel like it's worthy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like like some of the inspirations for starting this show initially were artists like Sturgill and Tyler and Sierra Farrell and Margot Price and some others. But then there's also artists that I see currently who I think are just incredible country artists that I don't think are getting any recognition. And some of the, or at least any mainstream recognition, right? Like Charlie Crockett or Kelsey Walden. I mentioned Sierra Farrell earlier. The War and Treaty, that was one for me. Like the War and Treaty, and this is the thing. Like I have to watch the CMAs and the ACMs every year because it's part of my job, right? I've never liked award shows though because I know that predominantly it's just kind of BS, right? It's these are industry awards. This is the country music industry spending an evening patting itself on the back and kind of saying, "Look how freaking awesome we are." That's what award shows are. But again, that's why you've never seen, like, if the ACMs and the CMAs cared about country music, don't you think you would have seen like Tyler Childers perform on there at some point? The CMAs or the ACMs, like not one guest performance by Tyler Childers. It just seems strange. And like I think the CMAs a couple of years ago nominated like Zach Bryan for New Artist of the Year. I knew he wasn't going to win New Artist of the Year. They only nominated him to kind of placate his fan base, right? Anyway, now I need to go live on the TikTok. So let's get that set up, shall we? See, unfortunately, YouTube, you're on a webcam because I don't have enough subscribers yet to go live on my phone. So let's do this. All right, make sure we got our headphones. If you're gonna work in radio, you better have some motherfucking headphones. All right. Drop it back a little. And shit. Come here, damn it. What is with my dude? My camera, I swear to God. Little lens on here gets dirty every fucking time. I gotta wipe it off every time. Hell is wrong with me? Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Be a little up. A little bit. Not that much, you piece of shit. A little down right about there. There we go. Now let's give it a shot. Okay. All right. So, good morning to you. We are doing, let's see. We are doing Country Underground. This is what I do on Saturdays. Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, I do, in fact, host an award-winning Top 40 radio show. But Top 40 country music is not my jam. It's just not. Pop country, just, and I'm not trying to dog it. I'm not trying to dog the artists. There's some really good artists that I like that are mainstream artists. But on the whole, the stuff that I like doesn't fit within kind of the mainstream idea of what country music is. If that makes any sense. There's just too many independent artists out there and too much stuff that's worthy to be played but isn't getting played. And there's no real reason it's not getting played. You know what I'm saying? Except for corporate political. I don't know. I don't know how that works. It's above my pay grade. But I started doing this show every Saturday to kind of feature all of those sounds outside of mainstream country music, whether it's independent country or whether it sounds like, some bluegrass or some Southern rock. But, Alabama artists, since I'm broadcasting from Alabama, And since I'm broadcasting from the Florence Muscle Shoals area, we got some local musicians that are really good as well. So I like to feature some local music. But the whole point of this show is just it's my way of being able to kind of give the finger to Nashville without overtly giving the finger to Nashville, if that makes any sense. But yeah. Now, oddly, this 3-hour show that I do, I started immediately following like the top 40 countdown. There's like 2 top 40 countdowns we play over the weekend, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Mine comes right after the Saturday top 40, which is weird because it's like, here's 3 hours of all the best top 40. And here's another 3 hours with absolutely none of what you just heard. So I imagine it's kind of weird if you're just flipping and you get here and you hear something maybe you haven't heard before. But I'm going to be debuting a couple of, I don't always get to debut new music on Country Underground, but I do today. Because let's see, we got a new one from the War and Treaty, a new one from Colby Acuff off of his American Son album, which is really, really fantastic. I think Colby Acuff is really awesome. I think he's got a unique voice, right? It doesn't sound like everybody else's voice because I don't know about you, but listening to top 40, there's like 3 or 4 guys who are kind of doing a Morgan Wallen impression. Like they just kind of have that nasally sort of tone, which, hey, if you're a Morgan Wallen fan, more power to you. It's not for me. I don't like his voice. I just don't. Like I said, I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm not here to tell you what is and what isn't. I'm just here to play you some music, man. And I'm here to not play top 40 country. Like you're not going to hear. Let's see. Let's see what I've got lined up starting the show. Okay. We're going to kick it off with a new one. Let's see. What do I want to go with? Because I got some new Southern rock too from a band from here in Alabama called Them Dirty Roses. Also debuting one from an artist from Georgia, Ben Chapman. He's got some great songs out, but the one I'm going to be debuting is one called Downbeat. Yeah, of course, the odd thing is I have to start off the show. We got to start off the show with the news and the weather, and then start the show officially. So it's kind of a weird, like, shifting of gears when you initially start. Let's see. We got some Cody Jinks, title track off of his latest album, Change the Game. Got some Turnpike Troubadours. Coulter Wall, Caitlin Butts, Billy Strings, Old 60, Vincent Neil Emerson. Got some 49 Winchester. Let's see. Definitely got some new stuff from Benjamin Todd. I may play the new one from Benjamin Todd and Jesse Daniel because it's a great one. Then that album, Shooting Star from Benjamin Todd, who's also in Lost Dog Street Band. Shooting Star is a great album. He's got the collab on there with Sierra Farrell, but that whole album is really, really great. And I've been trying to reach out to his people to try to get an interview to get him on the show, but you know, those things take time. Pretty good on that board there, sir. I'm not bad. Appreciate the heart, brother. Man, I'm trying to figure out what I want to. I think, you know what? I think we're going to kick it off with that new Warren Treaty because it's good. It's good, man. Like I said, here's my only issue with this particular show, right? And happy 2025, my brother. Absolutely. My only thing with the show is when you get outside of top 40 kind of corporate country, you get away. Part of that cookie cutter nature of it is those all the songs are like right there in that 2.5 to 3.5 kind of window, right? Time wise. Then you get outside of that, all of a sudden you got 5-minute songs, 6-minute songs. So I've only got 3 hours. So trying to like fit everything in and work the musical puzzle is always an interesting kind of thing. But at least we're not starting the show off late. You know. Dude, there's an absolute ton. It's one of the things that drives me nuts about the show because it is only a 3-hour show. So I've only got so many spots to kind of put in new music. You know what I'm saying? like to put it actually in the library. Like a couple of the songs that I'm debuting today are not in the library yet, right? Because part of the problem was when I initially started making the music library for the show, I was just kind of throwing everything in there. And now I'm looking at it a little more objectively and kind of like, okay, well, maybe I don't need this one. Maybe we can, take this one out, replace it with this. You know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, 106.5 WLPS. It's about time to get real, man. It's about time to do some professional radio work, dude. I'm about to have to talk into a microphone. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Actually, I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's going to be fine. Hang on. I need to know the intro time on this song. Oh, nice. Okay, about 9 seconds. Okay, we're not going to play the whole. I'm about to play the whole song. I'm not going to play the whole song now, but it's like I said, War and Treaty. Those songs wind up being like 5-minute songs, right? Not all of them, but like I know Yesterday's Burn is about 5 minutes. This one's 5 minutes, right at it. Another one of their new ones, Stealing the Kiss, is like a 5-minute song. But God damn, they're so good. Are you put new artists in? It depends. I mean, I've been adding a lot of stuff, but whoop. Oh shit. Kicks 96, Tennessee Valley Weather Center forecast. We are looking at sunny skies today. Looking at a high of around 47 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low around 34, with a 50% chance of some overnight showers. Got a 90% chance of rain Sunday, high around 55. Looking at the Kicks 96 radar. It's all clear here at the studio on Sam Phillips Street in Florence. Fair skies, 30 degrees. We kick off Country Underground next. We got to kick it off like officially, right? We got to have the official.
Mississippi, West and Southern Middle Tennessee.
Here we go.
Got you covered everywhere in Kicks Country.
Man, where in the hell are we?
Trust me, just be cool.
If you're trying for the secret knock, that ain't it.
Come on, I forgot the secret knock.
Again? Look, just give me the secret phrase so I can let you in.
Cookie cutters are for cookies.
That's right. Cookie cutters are for cookies, not for your country music. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's Country Underground. I'm your host, Big Farley O'Connell, live on the air, but also live on YouTube and TikTok. You can find those links over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. If you want to come hang out live in studio with me, get the behind-the-scenes experience, well, come on by. This is where I'll play all the sounds outside of Top 40 Country. But don't worry, we get right back to your regularly scheduled programming right at noon, okay? Country Underground's being brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. And, of course, we'll hear a song or two recorded over at Sam Phillips sometime throughout the show. Coming up throughout the show today, got some new stuff going to be debuting. One from Georgia artist Ben Chapman. Also got some new Kobe Acuff, some new Southern rock from Alabama band Them Dirty Roses. Also got some new Cody Jinks on the way for you. And, of course, I'll be posting a playlist over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page after the show. Kind of a best of what you missed. But let's get things kicked off, shall we? We'll play some brand new War and Treaty. Here's their latest, Carried Away. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell and Kicks 96.
What you're asking me for, 'cause I might leave you wanting more. I'm ready.
I don't have any patience for people who tell me that they don't like the Warren Treaty. I have not yet, and I apologize for that. Dude, I got absolutely swamped with emails after the Josie Awards, which is like the Independent Music Awards over here. Man, I mean, if anybody want a country Josie, I got emailed about playing their song, and some of them are definitely worth playing, but it's such a list, and it's like, dude, I'm only one guy, and I host a morning show 5 days a week, so it's like, but I'm working on it. I promise. Dude, how do people not like the Warren Treaty? I do not understand how people don't like the Warren Treaty. For real. Please. And they both sing their asses off, man. Well, I don't want to bullshit you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my intention is to get to all of it, and I want to get to all of it. It's just trying to find the time, man. You know? But don't forget, don't stop asking me about it. All right? Even though I've got my ADHD meds now, I still need reminded sometimes. So I won't ever take it personal if you keep reminding me. Okay? Here's the thing that pissed me off to no end watching. I think it was the ACMs, because when you got to the category of duo of the year, right? Duo of the year, and Brooks and Dunn wins. Now, I don't have anything against Brooks and Dunn. Brooks and Dunn are absolute legends. You and I both know it, right? But they haven't released anything since 2019. And when they did release some in 2019, it's just an album of collaborations of their old songs. It's an album of covers. So how they won Duo of the Year, especially when these guys were nominated, you got to be kidding me. Like, you got to be kidding me. Now, if you told me that Brooks and Dunn won a Lifetime Achievement Award at the ACMs, well, then hell yeah, absolutely, and well-deserved for Brooks and Dunn. But if you're going to tell me they're Duo of the Year when they haven't released anything, like, how the fuck does that work? You know? But my vote, because I am a member of the ACM and I am a member of the CMA. So I get a vote in these things, but it's just one vote because we're an independently owned station. We don't have a block of stations that we can lean on to make them all vote one way. However, but yeah, I voted for Warren Treaty for Duo of the Year, and I voted for group or vocal group of the year, I think is what they call it. I voted for the Red Clay Strays. Because goddamn, I love the Red Clay Strays. If you have not heard that latest album, Made by These Moments, it is an absolute doozy, man. It is, oh, it's so good. Hey, y'all make sure to share the live. Make sure you tap the screen if you would, please. Much appreciated. It's tough to get the word out about a show that kind of goes against everything that's popular in country music. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not at all trying to shit on mainstream country artists. I want that to be understood. All right. Even ones I don't care for, like Morgan Wallen. I get why they're popular. You feel me? All right. Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Brand new stuff from The War and Treaty. Their album's coming out, I believe, mid-February, but I'll get more details on that. Make sure you're following the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. Coming up for you, got some Molly Tuttle and the Golden Highway. Right now, Cody Jinks off his album Change the Game. Here's the title tracks. Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Kicks 96.
I've been up and down these highways, puffed, wet, and rode too hard, worked to death to earn respect.
Nashville is kind of a shame, man. Like I said, like, when I started working in country radio about 10 years ago, I didn't have any knowledge of don't get me wrong. Like I knew a handful of country songs. I mean, I went to high school in the 90s. There's certain artists you couldn't escape. Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson and like Reba and Trisha and Clint Black. So yeah, I knew some country songs, but it was never the genre that I liked. I grew up listening to, you know, classic rock, hard rock, heavy metal, punk, rap, everything kind of except country music. But when I started working in country radio and I actually started paying attention to the music, that's when the patterns started kind of showing up. And I started noticing things like, you know, watching the CMAs and the ACMs, and then kind of realizing that the CMAs and the ACMs aren't about like pushing or expanding country music. They're just more concerned with expansion and how to get more viewers or more listeners and therefore more money, right? Like it's not about like what music would be. They're not concerned with country music, right? Like their whole thing is to make corporate top 40 country, which is why I think it's funny, like the backlash with like Beyonce's country album, but then you've got Post Malone's album, which I think is funny because that's what they wanted Beyonce to do. Like if you look at Post Malone's F1 Trillion album and you look at all the collaborations, that's exactly what they wanted Beyonce to do. Come in and do collabs with all of our kind of big stars. And I will give Post Malone credit on that album because not only did he do the obvious mainstream ones where he's got, you know, there's a collab with Morgan Wallen and Blake Shelton and Lainey Wilson and Luke Combs, but he's also got, and I thought this was really smart on Post Malone's part, he's also got a collab on there with Sierra Farrell. He's also got a collab on there with Billy String. So he didn't just hit the mainstream artists. He did do some collabs with a couple of respected but outside the mainstream of country music artists, right? But that's what they wanted Beyonce to do. And Beyonce didn't have any fucking desire to do that, which I can absolutely respect. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be like forced to work with people that you don't, you know what I mean? Like, forced collaboration is fucking weird. Like, collaborations should be something that's kind of organic, right? Then again, that might just be my brain thinking that. You know what I mean? Now, you will notice that I tend to ramble because there's nobody else talking. Anyway, and Cody Jinks was one of the first artists that I listened to when I started in country radio that made me realize, oh, okay, there's good stuff out there. You know, Cody Jinks with a title track off his album, Change the Game. It's 12 minutes after 9. Welcome to Country Underground. I'm your host, Big Farley O'Connell. Welcome to it. This is where I play all the sounds outside of kind of that cookie cutter sound of top 40 country. I like things that sound different, man. I want to hear, like, you know, stuff that instead of leaning just straight into pop music, maybe leans into traditional country or leans into bluegrass or southern rock, but you're going to hear independent country music. You're going to hear Alabama artists. You're going to hear local music as well. Make sure you're following along over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page, because not only am I live on the air, but I'm also live on YouTube and TikTok. If you want to come hang out in studio with me, those links are there on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. Got some local music on the way from Blue Water Revival. Also got some Kelsey Walden on the way and some Turnpike Troubadours coming up. Up next, Molly Tuttle featuring Old Crow Medicine Show. Big Backyard's up next. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. All right. All right. Do we go with Evangeline? Yeah, we'll go with Evangeline. That'll be fine. Again, this show requires me to do way more like time math than I was prepared for. Like, the way it works is that all of your radio breaks are supposed to go kind of around a certain time, right? So in order to make that kind of hit that time approximately, sometimes I got to move around a song here and switch out a song here and there, you know. But yeah, I've got some local music coming up because, I mean, shit, dude, nobody around here's playing any local music. And it'd be different if we didn't have any local music that was worth playing. Do you know what I mean? Because I know some DJs who have been in that position where, especially in like a super small market or, you know, that kind of thing, some local artist will come with a recording and they'll listen to it. And it's like, I can't play this shit on the air. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bad. But luckily, I don't get sent a lot of those. Most of the stuff I get sent is ready to go. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes there's a part of it where you're like, like I had one artist that sent me a song and the arrangement was good. I like the arrangement. I like the sound of it, and I don't know if it was the way his voice was recorded or it was something going on in the studio, but his voice was just kind of flat. And I don't mean it was flat like tonally. I just mean it was kind of flat emotionally. You know what I mean? Like it's almost singing in monotone, right? And I don't know how to email somebody back and not sound like an asshole. Do you feel me? Like, I don't want to, you know, write somebody a message back when they send me a song that they've written and recorded. I don't want to write them back and be a dick like, hey, thanks for sending it. Unfortunately, you suck, right? Like, you can't do that. It's just a dick move. But I don't know how to phrase it. You know what I'm saying? So I do the bad thing and I just kind of ignore it. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's see. I think you should find someone else to hold you. Boom, boom. I'm not. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Tyler Jones in the chat. What's up, brother? You playing anywhere this weekend, Tyler? Sleepy, how you doing? I'm all right, man. Luckily, I think I got plenty of sleep. Pretty sure. Saturdays are kind of like sleeping in. Even like I got up at about 6:45 this morning. And it's like if you would have told me at any point in my life that there was going to come a time where I would consider getting up at 6:30, sleeping in, I'd have told you were full of crap. Lawrenceburg, right on, man. Oh, heading out to Virginia, very cool, dude. Have you got that? Is your gig tonight posted on your social media? I'll try to make sure to share it, man. Because when those pop up, I always try to make sure I'm sharing them. I'll check it out. It's all of us. All right. Molly Tuttle featuring Old Crow Medicine Show, Big Backyard. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Right now, I got some local music from Blue Water Revival. Here's their song, Evangeline. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Kicks 96.
Read the tale of a loving heart.
There's only one flyer.
I've loved you from the start,
and I love you till I die.
We soaked our sin in
Seagrams
as I lay there down. I miss having you around. I miss being by your side. Oh, but how the times are changing. Now I
say the same, Evangeline.
you look like sunset on
Heaven's me.
weeks, it's warm. And I scare the highest one just to sit with you for a while.
I hear you, man. Tyler, as a matter of fact, because I used to do a live like Monday through Friday every morning over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page, and I think probably the last couple of months of the year, like I think like November and December, I think I only did like maybe 2 or 3 lives. I think part of it was just kind of being burnt out. Do you know what I mean? But I brought those back. I started doing those. Again because fuck, why not? You know what I mean? The only thing on Facebook is I have to make sure that I have the volume turned down at all times because holy mother of God, they will block my live like nobody's business. You know what I mean? Like all I have to do is play like 8 seconds of a song, you know? Well, and it's like when I'm doing the lives during the radio show, well, I guess, as far as conversationally, I just kind of talk about whatever. So I don't, you have, Tyler, you have more of a script. Because, I mean, that's just a matter of, there's a set list. You know what I mean? Like, there's a set list when you're playing a gig. Like, there's songs you're going to play and there's songs that you're not going to play, And that's one thing on here, like, Harry Slade, you're just crazy. I love God. Anyway. Oh, hang on. I only got 30 seconds left. I better pay attention. I'm tired and I can't get sleep. There's a lot of things they'll forgive in radio, but when you don't turn the microphone on, when you're supposed to turn the microphone on, that shit gets tricky. Stop all that talking. Won't you sing? I ain't here to hear you talk. You from the start, and I love you till I. That is local band Blue Water Revival, Evangeline 922's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell here on Kicks 96. Every Saturday 9 to noon, playing you all the sounds outside of top 40 corporate country because there's so much music out there and so many artists out there. Whether we're talking about independent country or whether we're talking about artists that might be classified as Americana. It's always kind of a weird one to me. Because if you know what? If you haven't heard it, go Google Tyler Childers' Americana Awards speech, right? Because he pretty much sums it up in that one. But that's kind of what we focus on here with Country Underground. All the sounds outside of top 40 country. What do we got coming up for you? Let's see. Got the Turnpike Troubadours on the way from their Cat in the Rain album. Also got Kelsey Walden, Coulter Wall. Got some Billy Strings on the way as well. Up next, the band formerly known as Mike and the Moonpie. Silverado is next with a Redbird. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service. Because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. Yes.
And we're going to count down with you from number 40 to number 1. Plus, we're going to celebrate the Launchpad class of 2024.
Sure.
And share some memorable moments from the year. We'll see
you know what? Let's go get us a piece of paper. Hey, Kaylee.
Just imagine 3 football fields full of furniture, and half of everything in the store is half off. Over 500 recliners in stock, and half of them are half off. Over 200 dining rooms in stock, and half of them are half off. Buy a King's Down king-size mattress set for the price of a queen, and all rugs and accessories are 50% off. Plus, get 0% financing and free delivery too. You better hurry. Today is the final day. It's the Storing Lead half off, half of everything sale.
Live, so appreciate that. All right. Y'all haven't enough of these songs here.
Kicks 96.
Hang on. Let me write down Jared Morris.
He was just getting home from the old liquor store. He woke up at 3 because the game's on at 4. He never remembered
Honestly,
next thing he knew, he was laid out on the floor.
Stacy Boyle.
When he awoke, he was met by surprise. His red hawk revolver stared him in the eye. Gripped by a man 2 or 3 times his size.
All right. Now, as far as an email, I do have an email. It's Farley, Farley, at kix96country.com. That's KIX96country.com. Farley at kix96country.com. That's the email. Like I said, after the Josies, my email got bombarded. Everybody who won a Josie Award, whether it was for a song or for an album or for a duo or for it got kind of full. Now, the artist who won for country independent artist was actually a local artist named Austin Bohannon. Where's your station? My station's in the Florence Muscle Shoals area, right up here in Northwest Alabama, Phil. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Yeah, Tyler, definitely. Get it to me, dude. Modern country. All right. Well, and the beauty of that is, even if it's not something that I think, like I said, I'll give it a listen because it might be something I can fit. You've done radio for years as well. Are you still in radio, Phil? Or did you find a way to get out? Oh, that sucks, Tyler. Boys on Sunday. Bet it did, man. That sounds like a big old barrel of bullshit right there, man. Ooh, Lord of mercy, brother. I'm sorry to hear that, Phil. Silverado with a Redbird, Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Got some Turnpike Troubadours on the way. Weather forecast coming up right now. It's Ashland Craft with Wrong Kind of Keeping Me Up. Ashland Craft is another artist that I'm kind of surprised hasn't gotten bigger because I listened to, she put out an album, god damn, I guess it's a few years ago now. But Ashland Craft put out an album called Traveling Kind that I thought was really, really good. I know there's a collaboration on there with like her and Marcus King, Highway Like Me, but there's a ton of really good songs on that album. And I've been trying to get Ashland on my fucking show for a while. I need to email. I need to send another email about that one. Because it's like she'll be signed with one thing and then it'll get moved and she'll be signed with, do you know what I mean? Like, so there's different rows of hoops that you have to jump through when they go somewhere else or sign somewhere else. So you spend all your time emailing with this one person who is no longer working with them. So now you got to start emailing another person and start at the beginning. So many emails, man. I didn't realize that it was, That's why I get jealous. I get jealous of like big shows, like Bobby Bones, right? The nationally syndicated shows. Roll Tide, Tyler. But I get jealous of those shows, man, because it's just like, hey, we should, we're just gonna have, random country stars just showing up in studio, like just popping by, Hey, Luke Combs just stopped by. Like, what the shit? Like that'd be a dope freaking show to host. Like people, you got it set up where all the stars are coming right to your door. Well, no shit. Sounds like I should get David's wife on the show. Right on, man. I will. I need to listen to more on country versus metal. Like, because I know there's several of those that kind of, I don't know. I thought about doing one called like a rock guy's guide to country music. Because like that's where my perspective comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at country music the same way that I looked at rock music when that was my, predominantly what I was listening to, right? So I kind of think about it. I think about music in the same terms, no matter what the genre. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think that's, I feel like I have a different enough perspective to keep it interesting. You know what I mean? I don't know Mac personally. I've met Mac McAnally a time or two. Whoops. Kings 96, Tennessee Valley Weather Center forecast. We're looking at sunny skies today with a high around 47, partly cloudy, 34 your low tonight. Got a 50% chance of overnight showers, 90% chance of rain Sunday with a high around 55 degrees. Looking at the Kicks radar, it's all clear. Fair and 29 degrees here at the studio on St. Philip Street in Florence. Got Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats on the way. Turnpike Troubadours off their Cat in the Rain album. Chip and Mill next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell and Gigs 96. Yeah, I had to switch out the Turnpike Troubadours song because the original one that I had in there was Good Lord Lori. And even though that's a great song, the goddamn thing is 5 minutes long. And again, we come back to the time math, restriction I have on the show. Oh, I bet. Get the fuck out. That's too cool, man. You want to know? Here's something that drives me nuts, okay? And but before I start kind of ranting about this, I don't intend it as a rant. I'm not actually like personally angry. I want to make that clear before I start talking because I get passionate. It sounds like I'm angry, but I'm not angry. All right. But Turnpike Troubadours, all right. Turnpike Troubadours recorded over at Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals. Them Dirty Roses, Southern rock band from right here in Alabama, recorded over at Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals. The Warren Treaty, recorded over at Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals. Did I know about any of those things? No. Did anybody breathe a word of it? No. And here's the thing. I understand, I'm not trying to get an exclusive. I'm not trying to get in the studio and wedge myself into what you've got going on. But wouldn't it be fucking cool to be able to come on a local show and talk about the fact that we've got, and even it doesn't have to be as it's happening, right? Like I can delay it to say, hey, they were just here, or hey, they're going to be here recording in the future, and keep it nebulous. Like I don't have to give dates they're going to be there. I'm not trying to get people to overrun your studio, right? But it's like, dude, I work here in radio across the river, and I'm playing the artist that you're recording. Like, it just seems like it would make sense to me, right? Like, if you've got artists, especially artists that I play on one or both of my shows, that you at least just, like I said, I don't want it to sound like I deserve to be in the room, because that's not the case. I'm not saying I deserve to be in the room or to get a meet and greet or anything like that. But for God's sake, let me at least talk about cool shit that is actually happening here. You know what I mean? Like, why would you not? Why would we not talk about that all the goddamn time? You know? But yeah, I think one thing I want to do in 2025. Right, and I totally get that. I totally get the privacy angle. That's why I'm saying, like, I'd be willing to like sign an agreement to, not give out specific dates or not to talk about it until maybe after they've recorded. Do you see what I'm saying? But still to let people know that those people were here. Like, but I completely understand the privacy part because, like I said, I don't want people overrunning. You know what I mean? I don't want a gaggle of people outside the studio while they're trying to work and distracting them from the work they're trying to do. Like, I respect it. But at the same time, it's like, we should be talking about it. Would you, Phil? I mean, I didn't have a choice when I moved here. And I say that as someone whose family is from Alabama. Like, dad's from Montgomery, mom's from Birmingham. Yeah, I think Brent Cobb has. Oh, I'm always trying to get phone interviews. Well, because it's hard to get an in-studio interview because most of them aren't playing here. Like, for the most part, if you're talking about a nationally touring artist, if they're playing anywhere close to here, it's going to be Huntsville. And Huntsville's about an hour or so away. Oh, yeah. I've interviewed Taylor Honeycutt before. Adam Hood is on the list to reach out to. You have a good day, Tyler. Appreciate you hanging out, brother. But yeah, I play Adam Hood and Taylor Honeycutt on the show. Like, I've got a track off Taylor's Alabama Sound, or 2 tracks off Alabama Sound. I've got 1 track off of her new EP, With All Due Respect. Right? Yeah. Like, that's like, but that's my thing. Like, I remember when Robert Plant showed up and did like a tour of Muscle Shoals Sound Studios or whatever, and I think Fame as well. Like, again, I think the problem is I'm not coming from a place of ego where I feel that I am important enough to be a part of that story, but I am the local, radio DJ. Like, we're talking about music. You're recording music here. Like, why are we not talking about it on the show? No, I talked to Rodney a while back when they were doing kind of that, what do they call it? I think they were celebrating something over in Huntsville. But they did like the Thursday night, and then Friday night they had the show at the Orion. But he was in here for that one. Are at the little radio station on 2nd Street. No. I am on Sam Phillips Street in Florence. That's where our station is located. All right. Yeah, I do love Nathaniel Rateliff in the Night Sweats. We're in Florence, Muscle Shoals. The Florence Muscle Shoals area. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, Heartless. It is 9:38. Happy Saturday to you, Kicks Country. I'm Big Farley O'Connell. You're listening to Country Underground with Big Farley. Every Saturday from 9 to noon, I'm live here in the studio. I'm also live on YouTube and TikTok if you want to come hang out in studio with me and get the behind-the-scenes experience. But this is where I unleash all the sounds outside of Top 40 Country, whether it leans more into Southern rock or bluegrass or traditional country or country soul. I got it all for you here. Independent country, local music as well. Make sure you're following along on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page, all brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. Got Coulter Wall on the way for you. Also got some Caitlin Butts and Billy Strings. Up next, Kelsey Walden. Little Backwater Blues up next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell right here, Kicks 96. Okay, I'm good. I'm glad I didn't talk about that shit. Yeah, up in the northwest corner. I bet you would like Zachary Wilkerson as well based on your preferences. Well, let's write down. God damn it. But like another reason that I wanted to do the show, the Country Underground show, was because of a lot of it was Alabama artists that I wanted to feature. And part of that started with Muscadine Bloodline, they are phenomenal. I started paying attention to Muscadine Bloodline several years ago. They released an album called Dispatch to 16th Ave. And it's an excellent album. And then they released one called Teenage Dixie, still really good album. And they've recently released, I think a couple of months ago, their new album, The Coastal Plain, which is, again, damn good album. Whether you listen to like Earl Bird from Mexia or you listen to 1090 or, like I said, they kind of go, and even Muscadine Bloodline, you kind of go from kind of a southern rock back over to traditional country and that sort of thing. But you know, they're from here in Alabama, so I wanted to play them. I've been playing the Red Clay Strays on my morning show since I heard Good Godly Woman back in like 2019 or something like that. So every time Red Clay Strays have released something, I've been playing them, and they're another reason I wanted to do kind of this show. Drayton Farley is another Alabama artist that I think is really fantastic. Taylor Honeycutt, Adam Hood. There's a ton of them. And like around here in the Florence Muscle Shoals area, I mean, you've got Austin Bohannon and Gary Nichols. You've got Blue Water Revival, Lucy Tiger, Taylor Grace. You've got, let's see, who else am I thinking of here? I'm losing track of it. Outlaw Apostles. If you want more into the rock sound, Ledbetter. Light Watch is another one. They've got a new album out. Yes. I've also got some Rich Henderson in the library as well. Matter of fact, I think it was maybe it was right after he released his most recent album. And I can't remember what the name of it is. Something in Alabama, or you know what? I've got Google at my fucking fingertips. Why don't we just use it? Rich album. What is that one? Alive in Alabama. Alive in Alabama is the name of it. But yeah, I've got let me see. Which one do I have off of that album? I think I've got Won't Ever Be off that album by Rich Henderson. Okay, we're not going to need that sweeper. And with Caitlin Butts, I think I want to go a little longer. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Caitlin Butts, her collaboration with Vince Gill. Yeah. Caitlin Butts, her album, Roadrunner. Really, really good album. I actually got to interview her last year as well. And I got completely thrown off because I took one of her lyrics literally. And I don't know what the fuck my problem is. But she had a line that said, "Eat my weight in rattlesnake." So I assumed she liked to eat rattlesnake. And then I asked her what rattlesnake tasted like. And she acted like I asked her what it was like to walk on the moon. You know what I mean? I was like, fucking lyric says you eat your weight in rattlesnake. Why would you write that? You know? In your professional opinion, is it better to release albums or singles? Oh, that's a good question, David. I feel like singles are important, but I also feel like albums are important, but I feel like you're gonna have to have you know, you're gonna have to like have some singles that you release to kind of tease whatever album you're gonna release. But I do believe in making good albums. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're looking at mainstream artists that I do like, I feel like Brothers Osborne puts out really good albums. Like if you listen to their Skeletons album is really excellent. And so are their other ones, Port St. Joe and what was the other one? I can't remember the name of it right now. But Brothers Osborne's one that I've always liked. Yeah, I've noticed that too. And I think unsigned artists and independent artists, I think there is more pressure to consistently release like new songs, or you know what I mean? Like it falls back into, for unsigned artists and for independent artists, I feel like it falls back into just kind of cranking out content. And cranking out content is not I don't feel like it's conducive to what probably your artistic goals would be. You know what I mean? Because we can talk about the difference between quantity and quality. And yeah, I feel like that's an important distinction. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference in cranking out just a song about I was on my truck and it started to rain and then I got my Bible and went to the church. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? That it just, I don't feel like there's anything consistent on that. Culture Wall, I absolutely love. Hang on.
I can tell that you love her by the look in your eyes now. She's to the desert in old Mexico. And the fire I feel for the woman I love is driving me insane, knowing she's waiting and I can't get there. God only knows that I rack my brain, try to find a way to reach that woman in old Mexico. And I dream in the morning.
I love that steel guitar. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I've been starting to work on my YouTube more, since this one's going to be going away, right?
Where the penny I sold, south of the border in old Mexico. Angelina, I miss you so.
That is Culture Wall, Evangelina. It's 9:48. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Happy Saturday to you, Kicks Country, live on the air. And, of course, live in other places. You got to be live in all the places. So, I am live on YouTube. I am live on TikTok as well. If you want to get in on that, come hang out in the studio and get the behind-the-scenes experience. Make sure that you are following along on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. You'll always know what's going on, not only on this show, but also on Big Farley in the morning, Monday through Friday. So be sure to give the page a like and a follow, because Saturday is where I play all the sounds outside of mainstream, kind of corporate top 40 country. You'll hear independent country, local music. Going to hear Alabama artists as well. What do we got coming up for you? Got some Adam Hood on the way, some Taylor Honeycutt coming up as well. Vincent Neil Emerson. Got Caitlin Butts. Her collab with Vince Gill is on the way up next. Latest from Billy Strings, Leadfoot. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort.
Nobody cares. All right. I'm gonna need some nicotine. to release another song at the end of the month. What did I miss? Right? Yeah. Right on. All right. Tell you what, like I said, I'm gonna need some nicotine.
Country station, Kicks 96.
All right. Let me do some math. 52, 56, 226, 7. Okay, I think we're good.
Leadfoot racing from the sun. How about you when it goes to bell? He's letting them ponies run out. Leadfoot, carrying him low. Now don't step out of the way. He's racing down the road.
By the way, I got to show you all this shit. My wife got me for Christmas. It's the Big Farley Funko Pop. Got the blue glasses, headphones, microphone, and kind of a Yoshi cat. He doesn't quite look like Yoshi, but he's close enough. But that was one of my Christmas presents, so I had to keep it in here. I don't have an office, you know what I mean? And while, my boss will be the first to tell me that the studio is not my office either. That's the thing. Like, I love Bob Dylan, but I do not love his voice. I mean, how do you? You know what I mean? Head on my pillow. Oh, and then we got some Everett, High and Lonesome. Unfortunately, I think Everett, one of the guys in the duo, is apparently hanging it up, which I understand. It's a fucking grind, man. You know, especially if you got a family you're thinking of, you're trying to provide for and all that. But this one right here, hang on.
I've been chasing down them white lines. Did I see?
You got the Comrex for the. You use Comrex.
No,
No,
River
that was
did.
River did. There's a set of these.
Do we have a remote today?
No.
Oh,
I'm doing Q because apparently David's mother made.
yeah, she's in bad shape.
Yeah. Well, he called last night right as we were leaving the office and told Chip that he had gotten a call that his mother might not live past 9 o'clock.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And Chip lost his ever-loving mind. Chip lost his shit all over David, Nick, and me. Because, yeah, I was like, Chip, he was like, his mother dies? You're this, because Chip screaming like, he just doesn't want to fucking go down there. And
It's like, that's not what it
I'm like,
is.
dude, I mean, I get that David's a pain in the ass.
But not that kind of pain in the ass.
You know,
Like, he doesn't
like,
call out for
oh,
that
his
stuff.
Mother died. I don't know.
He's not one to use death.
I don't think so. I don't think so either.
Like,
I mean,
you can think right. You can think what you want about Havens, but he's not gonna, fake a death in the family. It's not his thing.
So basically, Nick
Chip took it
calls-
personal.
Well, yeah, Chip was leaving here, going to the restaurant, but Chip had been expecting David to do this. He had been expecting this, like,
Well, that's him
Thursday night.
But it's him also just thinking the worst, really.
Yeah, Thursday night, as we were leaving, he said, "I'm surprised David didn't call me today to, bail on the remote Saturday."
Well, he's trying. He was probably trying to hold off.
I said, "Yeah, he'll wait till tomorrow night." And
See, now that's the one thing I will say about Havens. He should have just gone ahead and said, "Do you know what I mean?"
yeah,
He should have gone ahead Thursday and been like, "Hey, it's a slippery slope with my mom," but he waited because he thought maybe. But
he really,
the only thing you can fault him for is not giving you kind of enough time.
basically he could have said.
But the reasoning is solid.
He could have said at any point during the week, "Hey man, this weekend's going to be shaky. I don't know where my mom's at, and I really should probably not be committed to that. Like, I can come up here and voice track and go on with it,
Right.
but I might not. I don't know where this is going to be." And that would have been. He could have easily adjusted.
Yeah.
Do that. David doesn't do things. He doesn't think. And Chip had a panic attack. Like,
Well, he
Nick-
lost his shit.
Nick called me and he was like, "Hey man, David's called out. Mom, can you do this remote and hand it over tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." That's what they called to do until 6 o'clock Saturday night. And Nick was like, "Cool." Well, as soon as I hung up, I was on the phone with Nick. Chip was calling me. I hung up the phone with Nick, called Chip, and Chip was he was at 11.
And you're like,
Screaming. And then David calls me. And I've already talked to Chip, and David calls me. He's like, "Look, man," he's like, "Hey, dude," he's like, "My mom is probably about to die."
right.
He's like, "I called to tell Chip that." He screamed at me. I'm like, "Yeah, Chip's doing a lot."
Yeah. Well, and I get it.
So, yeah,
Okay, that makes sense. I shall make sure I didn't miss some on kicks. Time for your Kicks 96 Tennessee Valley Weather Center forecast. Sunny skies, high around 46 today, partly cloudy tonight, low around 34 with a 50% chance of overnight showers. 90% chance of rain Sunday, high around 55 degrees. Looking at the radar, it's all clear, fair, and 37 degrees here at the studio on San Philip Street in Florence. Got Vincent Neil Emerson on the wave for you. Got old 60 next to you. Next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, Kicks 96. There we go. Anyway, that was just a little behind the scenes radio drama for you. That's how things work. Let's see. Do we want to go with Clover on the Hillside? God damn it. Nope, I don't. I want to go with Golden Crystal Kingdom because goddamn, I love the steel guitar. I love the because Golden Crystal Kingdom by Vincent Neil Emerson. If you have not listened to that album, I would highly recommend you go listen to it. But that's one that was produced by Shooter Jennings. Obviously, Shooter Jennings has done a lot of great production work. He produced Kelsey Walden's album, No Regular Dog, I believe was the name of it. But he's done a bunch of production work. But I know that one and Vincent Neil Emerson's Golden Crystal Kingdom. Those are two of them. And Vincent's got he's released a couple of new songs over the last 6 months. I don't know if he's got a new, again, that's the thing that I wonder about with artists that aren't established. Like, is it just going to be a series of singles that get released, or is it a series of singles that then get put onto an album that gets released, towards the end of I don't know. I never know. But you just try to do the best you can. You know what I mean? Why is there a security alert? Okay. Yeah, I changed that. It's okay. Holy mother. All right. Let me get playlist. One. Okay. Please write. Okay. I will write that name on a piece of paper. Of course, now I'm worried. Is this some sort of like, am I writing down a spell that when I write it is going to wind up opening some dark magic portal? Are you setting me up for some supernatural craziness? So Dasha, is it Rogova? All right. Old 60 next to you. Vincent Neil Emerson. Golden Crystal Kingdom. All right, hang on. Oh, I don't have to talk. Never mind. I'll tell you what we're going to do, because I got a Charlie Crockett song that I have not added. Hang on. Because honestly, it's legit one of my favorite Charlie Crockett songs. Where are we? There's so many. Like I love Blackjack County Chain, but the one I want to do is Run Horse Run, because it has got one of the best fucking steel guitar parts I think I've ever heard. Good boy. Wow. I'm not sure what getting me to write a name on a piece of paper achieves, but congratulations, I guess. There's a crown. Oh, but heavier I'm found than those to put it down. playing the honky tonks and bars. Well, the babbling of the trails has lost its charm. Where they dress up in their finest western clothes. And where they get it from, nobody knows. I actually got to interview Vincent Neil Emerson right after right as this album got released. And honestly, he was great to talk to. I would love to interview Vincent Neil Emerson again. I love his songwriting. I love his vocal delivery because it's got just this kind of laid back. Like, dance, you'll find it there in the golden crystal kingdom on the square. I've been drowning out the bad thoughts in my mind. I've been looking for a home that I just can't find. And the devil's always sparkling in the light. And it shines into my face until I'm blind. Hang on. Yeah, we don't need all. Delete that. Plus, it's a short song. All right. So let's see. We'll play Charlie Crockett, Run Horse Run, then 49 Winchester off their most recent album, Leaving This Holler. And then we got some local music from a band called Outlaw Apostles off their most recent EP. So we got a lot to get to, man. For a dance, you'll find it there in the golden crystal kingdom on the square. That is Vincent Neil Emerson off the Shooter Jennings produced album Golden Crystal Kingdom. Of course, that's the title track there on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Welcome to it, 9 to noon every Saturday. This is how we celebrate the weekend, by playing all the sounds outside of top 40 country, whether it's independent artists, whether it's local music. Speaking of which, got some new stuff from Outlaw Apostles on the way for you. Also got one from Alabama artist Taylor Honeycutt on the way. Some 49 Winchester in the mix as well. Make sure you're following along over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page, because not only am I live on the air every Saturday, but also live on YouTube and TikTok. If you want to come hang out in studio with me and get the behind-the-scenes experience, well, you just come on by. It's fully interactive. So, what do we got coming up next? I'm going to play a little Charlie Crockett. Now, I swear, Charlie Crockett seems to be putting out brand new stuff on top of brand new stuff. That dude cranks out music all the time, whether it's an album of covers or originals every time I turn around. But coming up next, I want to play matter of fact, like one of the first songs that I heard by Charlie Crockett several years ago. One of the main reasons I want to play it for you is because it has one of the sickest steel guitar solos you've ever heard. So coming up next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, little Charlie Crockett, Run Horse Run. It's all brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
No. Sorry. Sometimes I like to talk to the commercials. Good morning, 105 Atlanta, Georgia. From 105 Atlanta, Georgia. Are you good morning me from a station in Atlanta? Or is there an area of Atlanta called 105? I am confused because I do not know. Hang on a sec. Let's see if we got hang on. Let's see if anybody's texted in because I haven't been paying attention at all. Not a bit. Not a bit. Okay. Let me get this pulled up here. Because this one isn't actually officially in the music library for the show. Because I can't put every song in the library that I just want to put in. There's only so much freaking room. You know what I mean? So a lot of them I keep on my hard drive, so I'll play them later. My boss was worried about who I was talking to, and then he realized I was live on my phone. All right, here we go. How about some Charlie Crockett?
Only the best country. Kicks 96.
Like, for real, I absolutely adore this freaking song. Got time to tell me how you feel? When it's time tomorrow, I'll be out of Bakersfield. Just like that horse steady running down the track. You know I won't be coming back. I keep it moving down 75, just like I've been doing for my entire life. And if I win, go after getting my baby son. You know that woman, she ain't done. Can't stop till my work is done. Run, horse. Run, horse, run. Now here it is. Listen to this fucking part. Dude, are you kidding me with that solo? I was the dealer, passed cars around, see trouble coming because I know that sound. Lovers, they will quit you, but people rob you blind. Good friends are awful hard to find. Can't stop till my work is done. Run, horse. Run, horse, run. Yeah! Can't stop till my work is done. Run, horse. Run, horse, run. Yep. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Well, Charlie Crockett there for you. Run, horse, run. Got local music on the way from Outlaw Apostles. Right now, though, got some 49 Winchester off their Leaving This Holler album. Here's Tulsa. Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. Follow along on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. Oklahoma line, I flick my trusty bick. Pouring from my lips. Kiss your mango. Have to wait. I can't seem to find no peace of mind. It feels like some mistake. Oh, many feelings in me. Hey, what up? What other? Well, lyrics would probably get censored, you know what I mean? And I can't be playing like metal and shit, but the rules are bendable. I made them that way for a reason. Talking about when he was singing Tulsa time. Turn around, running around my mind. Said, oh Lord, I wish I had never been stoned. Dude, 49 Winchester. 49 Winchester makes me happy. Like, that was one that I got onto before most others. And I don't mean that as like an I discovered kind of shit. I don't believe in ever saying that. Every time I start listening to a new artist, I just refer to myself as stumbling into their music, right? But I stumbled into 49 Winchester right as they were about to release their last album, Fortune Favors the Bold, with Russell County Line and Jesus Christ, Annabelle, and a bunch of other great songs. Hillbilly Daydream, still probably one of my favorites on there. I haven't yet, Clay. You know what? We got our list right here. Clay, I started putting these things on a different list, right? Because the problem was I was putting it on the same list as the playlist stuff, and it just was getting confusing. And that's just my ADHD fault. No, Boom Boom. No one does. No one wants that. Okay? All right. Oh, fuck. I know what I'm going to play next. Yes. Hang on. Actually, you know what? Whoa. I know what I'm playing next. I know what I'm playing next. But again, there's some I'm playing out of this computer, and there's some that I'm playing directly from our like embedded music library. But I'm still working on that, and it's only got so many spots. But luckily, I've got like a fucking terabyte left on my external hard drive, so plenty of space there. Okay. Love to smoking grass and throwing away the key. He was talking about. He said, "Oh Lord, I wish I hadn't never been stoned."
Hey, it's Fitz from the Country Top 40 Countdown.
Yeah, I'm sure she wrote that song for her dad. I'm sure that Ella Langley wrote Do Me in the Cellar for her dad. I mean, look, I know she's from Alabama, but come on, dude, I'm from Alabama. Ain't it? We ain't all banging our relations, okay? Yeah, you're gonna have to get that out of your head, dude. I'm from Alabama. Like, I was born in Montgomery. I lived a lot of my life in Alabama. And the only other places I've lived are still in the South. Like, there was 5 years of my childhood in South Carolina. And then there was like middle school, high school, and like my early 20s in Northwest Florida. So, you know what I mean? Both my parents are from Alabama. Mom's from Birmingham. Dad's from Montgomery. You know. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, like I had an attractive cousin, but I was never attracted to her because she was my cousin, but she was like junior Miss Jefferson County at one point. So, I mean, obviously she was an attractive human being, but again, she was also my cousin, which eliminated for me any sort of inappropriate thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your fucking cousin, dude. No. Boom Boom, I'm always going to beat you to that one because like I said, I'm from Alabama. I've been hearing those jokes my entire life. Or, you know, about how everybody from Alabama speaks with a Southern accent and sounds like a fucking country bumpkin and, you know, that kind of stuff. It's one of the reasons that I speak the way I do because my father insisted upon speaking the way that I speak. He didn't want me to sound, you know, In Dad's words, he didn't want me to sound ignorant. Now that's my dad's words. You know what I mean?
Colorado Buffalo. I got that Ric Flair saying it ain't
So. All right, we'll do a little Colby Acuff next. Because Colby Acuff's got a new album out. His new album, American Son, is excellent. I really like Colby Acuff. I stumbled into him right as he was releasing his Western White Pines album, which, again, great album. I think that Colby's an excellent songwriter. I like his voice because it's unique. And I'm not saying that as like, like when you eat somebody's food and you say it's interesting because it's a polite way of saying it's shit. That's not what I'm doing. I genuinely like voices that don't sound like everybody. I don't want 5 different people trying to sound like Morgan Wallen. Do you feel me? I want you to kind of have your own sound and your own voice, but not everybody does. But Colby Acuff's one that does. But one of my favorite songs off of his American Son album, I'm going to play next. Hang on. There I am. Local band Outlaw Apostles, Ric Flair. It's 10:22. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Happy Saturday to you, Kicks Country. We'll be back to your regularly scheduled programming promptly at noon. So don't freak out. I just take over for 3 hours, 9 to noon every Saturday to play you all the amazing sounds that might be hanging around outside of top 40 country music. So make sure you're following along over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. That's kind of the hub for everything. I'm also live on YouTube and TikTok while I'm doing the show. So if you want to come hang out in studio with me again, you can find those links over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. What do we got coming up? Let's see. We got some Taylor Honeycutt on the way. Dylan LeBlanc. Also got some Sierra Farrell lined up for you as well. New stuff from Them Dirty Roses. That's a little southern rock from a band here in Alabama. That's on the way as well. Up next, you got Colby Acuff. Now, I stumbled into Colby Acuff's music right about the time he released his last album, Western White Pines, which you should definitely go check out. Western White Pines, Boy and the Bird Dogs, fantastic on there. His latest album, American Son, just came out a few months ago, and it's an excellent album. Let's see. There's a collaboration on there with the Castellos. I know there's that one. Ain't So Bad is a great song. There's a lot of them on there, but I'd highly recommend you go check that out. But up next, going to debut a new one from Colby Acuff off that American Son album, his new one, Plastic Horses. It's up next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all.
Today is the final day of
All
the
right.
Store Elite half off, half of everything sale. Just imagine 3 football fields full of furniture and half of everything in the store.
That'll do it. Let's see. What was that? If I send some special chocolate bars to the station, will you partake? Depends on what you mean by special. Have I heard of Clint Black? Of course I've heard of Clint Black. That sounds like a personal problem there, Boom Boom. You should just make sure that you have enough fiber in your diet and you wouldn't have that problem. All right.
All your favorites, Kiss 96.
I love the fact this sounds happy, but the lyrics aren't. You feel me? It's like upbeat sounding. Just listen.
I sat down next to him. It was a luck of the draw. He was snowing like hell, talking cats and dogs. That's when I saw them plastic horses. Said, hey man, what's the deal on that? He said, I'll tell you for a cigarette. As soon as that Marlboro was lit, he said, I got a little girl, Carolina. She gave this
Seriously, I fucking love this song. I have it on here yet? No.
And it's been that long time since I've seen a smile. She thinks I'm long gone, but I'm still holding on. The plastic horses.
Like I don't know why. I just love the fact that like the upbeat versus the depressing lyrics. I don't know. 20 years.
She couldn't pick me out of the crowd. When I got some demons that I just can't beat. That's why I'm out here on this street. Can't be the man I need to be. Said I got a little girl, Carolina. She gave these plastic horses to me. But her mama says that I can't see her. And tell her I know these damn amphetamines. And it's been that long time since I've seen a smile.
Fuck, I just love this song, man.
But I'm still holding on.
Plastic horses. Boom, 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 boom.
Last thing that he said to me was he was fixing to get clean in time for his daughter's birthday. 1 week later when I woke up and I filled up my coffee cup, I opened the paper to the page. It read there was a man found in Georgia on the sidewalk New Year's Eve. He had a pocket full of plastic horses and a picture of his daughter up his sleeve. Every now and then I think about him, and I know he's long gone, but I'm still holding on. The plastic horses.
I said I fucking love the song, dude. That whole album is great. That is Colby Acuff off his American Son album, Plastic Horses. I don't know what it is about the fact that it sounds so upbeat, but the lyrics are so not. I don't know why that tickles my brain the way it does. Anyway, time to take a look at your Kicks 96 Tennessee Valley Weather Center forecast. It's all brought to you by Fuller Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical. From everyone at Fuller Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electrical, they wish you all a wonderful, safe, and prosperous new year. But if your cozy turns chilly, make sure you give them a call at 256-381-7195 because they're here for you. Alabama license number 91114. So let's see. Sunny today, high around 46. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low around 34, 50% chance of overnight showers, 90% chance of rain Sunday with a high around 55 degrees. It's clear on the radar. Fair and 37 here at the studio on San Philip Street in Florence. Got some Dylan LeBlanc all the way from his Coyote album. Up next, Alabama artist Queen of Alabama, Taylor Honeycutt, title track off her album, Alabama Sound. Next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, Kicks 96.
In studio Doppler radar forecast at the top.
Yeah, I had to say all that. One thing I've realized, you gotta repeat stuff. What is that sound? What is making that? That noise scares me, man. Did I write this shit? I didn't.
Look at me with the sorry kind of look on the face. 79 only feels so right in my boots. Get past that. You know
I just wanted a microphone, you know. one of the reasons I love Taylor Honeycutt is she can sing stuff like this where she's just belting out some goddamn like bluesy Southern rock, right? She can also sing like straight rock. She can also sing like country or singer-songwriter. Her voice can be effective in different styles, if that makes any sense. Rock and roll band. But I actually got to meet Taylor before she released this album, right? All she had released up to that point was like an EP and like one other single. But I saw where she was going to be playing here in my little town. So I reached out to her people, asking if I could, do an interview with her. And so like she and her whole band, like van pulled up to the studio. The band all came and were hanging out in the lobby with me. All exactly kind of, and I mean this in the most complimentary way. Like all of them were great. All of them are absolutely fucking weird in all the ways that you kind of would expect and hope they would be, right? And Taylor herself was just delightful. But yeah, I want to get her back on the show. I fucked up because she was in town a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't have time to reach out and try to set it up to get her in the studio again. But she's one of those Alabama artists, and it's kind of why I wanted to incorporate that into the show. You know what I mean? I wanted to be able to play Alabama artists, again, stuff that the ACMs and the CMAs wouldn't give a shit about. Basically, that's what I want to play. I want to play all the things that the CMAs and the ACMs wouldn't give a shit about, if you feel me. Because that doesn't mean that the music is not good. It just means that the CMAs and the ACMs don't give a shit about it, which I don't give a shit about the CMAs and the ACMs. So it kind of works out nice. I just love that kind of that little, that Southern rock kind of strut. Just kind of that down and dirty riff, Taylor Honeycutt, title track off her album Alabama Sound. Got Sierra Farrell on the way. Also got some Lost Dog Street Band coming up. Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell. Keeping on. Here's Dylan LeBlanc from his album Coyote. Crowd Goes Wild. Kicks 96. See, and this one leans more into that Americana, more kind of a funky sort of like. I just like that groove, man. I like that shit. It's a little funky. See, I think you should be able to get a little funky like this. You know what I mean? I mean, for God's sake, if Keith Urban and Carrie Underwood could put out The Fighter, which is a straight up goddamn disco song, don't tell me we couldn't play some shit like this. Though it does make me kind of want to do the hustle. Do you feel me? You know what I mean? Like. Florida reporting for duty. Right on, brother. I'm about to have to make me another cup of coffee. Just need to get through that last hour of the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the crowd goes wild. Boom, and the crowd goes wild. Somebody wrong. Stay the same. Like I said, I just like that, man. Like, boop, 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 boop. And like, he's another artist who's from around here. I got to get that guy in the fucking studio. All right. Trying to schedule things. All right. Oh shit. I know what it is. You need to go over here. Nope, no, you don't. Where the fuck are you supposed to go? Ah, screw it. We'll leave you there. But yeah, we about to switch shit up. That's what I love about this show. We're gonna go from this, and we're gonna play some Sierra Farrell next. And after that, I got new Benjamin Todd off his new Shooting Star album, which is a straight country album. I mean, it is. You cannot describe that album in any other way than it's a country album. You just can't. I won't hear any other arguments today. Dylan LeBlanc from his album Coyote, Crowd Goes Wild. Happy Saturday. It's Country Underground. I'm your host, Big Farley O'Connell. We do this every Saturday from 9 until noon because I am not here to dog what we play Monday through Friday on Big Farley in the morning. Because we bring you today's best country and the legends, but bringing you today's best country, we're talking about, top 40 country, right? But there's a lot of sounds out there that don't fit into what the powers that be would classify as country music. And I think you should have kind of a more variety of sounds. So they let me every Saturday kind of unleash those sounds upon the airwaves from 9 until noon. All those sounds outside of mainstream top 40 country, whether that leans more, Southern rock or bluegrass or kind of singer-songwriter or Americana, country soul, alt country, whatever subgenre you kind of want to throw in there. I just like things that sound different. But you're also going to hear like independent country music. You're going to hear local artists from here in the Shoals area, Alabama artists as well. Heard some Taylor Honeycutt earlier. Heard from Outlaw Apostles, local band, off their new EP earlier. Make sure you're following along over on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page because that's kind of the hub for everything. I'm also not just live on the air, but I'm also live on YouTube and TikTok, until TikTok goes bye-bye. You know what I mean? But I'll still be live on YouTube. If you want to come hang out in the studio every Saturday with me, you are welcome to do so. It's fully interactive. I am actually paying attention. What we got coming up? Got one from Benjamin Todd's new album, Shooting Star. Also got one from Margot Price, recorded over at Sam Phillips Recording Studio. Because Country Underground is brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Studio. Because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. And since we're playing all those different sounds outside of top 40 country, it all makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? We got some Margot Price on the way. Like I said, Benjamin Todd coming up. Sierra Farrell up next. One of my favorite albums of 2024. Her Trail of Flowers album. Got Dollar Bill Bar off of that one coming up next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell and Kicks ID6. Okay. I don't give a damn about the top 40 countdown. Sorry. That's my bad radio voice. That's what it sounds like. Okay. I need some caffeine. So we're going to go make a cup of coffee. Gonna go make a cup of coffee. Because other things would be illegal. Like the only bigger no in radio is dropping the F-bomb live on the air. The other one is missing the parts where you're supposed to talk.
Avenue Muscle Shows.
So we're good. We got about 7 minutes. Dollar Bill Bar, it's 3.5. Benjamin Todd's I Ain't the Man is 4 minutes. I guess I could have played their collaboration that was on that album, which was One Last Time. Fucking great song. I gotta fucking get that imaging done too. You ain't gonna hear any Morgan Wallen during this show. I love Sierra Farrell. I think she's just fucking fantastic.
We wrote our names on a dollar bill down at the dollar bill bar. Our feelings couldn't reach the ceiling, so we hung it right there on the wall. We were spinning round so silly drunk. Green was just like rippling leaves. In a forest full of promises, 100,000 broken down dreams. Guys like you are a dime a dozen. You should count your lucky stars. Honey, if I had $1 for every single sailor's heart, I could break 100 down at the dollar bill bar. So don't look too close at the dollar bills down at the dollar bill bar. You may see my name is written there, then you know I've been here before. You may think that you are special, think that you got what it takes. But I'm standing here to tell you that was your very first mistake. 'Cause guys like you are a dime a dozen. You should count your lucky stars. Honey, if I had $1 for every single cowboy's heart, well, honey, I could break 100 down at the dollar bill bar. Guys like you are a dime a dozen. You should count your lucky stars. Honey, if I had $1 for every single hopeful heart, well, honey, I could break 100 down at the dollar bill bar. Honey, I could break 100 down at the dollar bill bar. So if I ask you for $1 bill down at the dollar bill bar, just think twice before you pony up. Take me for a twirl on that floor.
Cup of coffee.
And if I tell you that I love
I
you,
was not
and I
able
tell
to make
you
a
that I
perfect
wanna
cup of
take
coffee.
you home, just turn around here and leave here. 'Cause
I'm telling you, you're better off alone.
Big hits.
Whoops. Again, big hits. Not really. Not really. Not big hits on the top 40 country charts. I'll tell you that much. All right, so that'll be 50.
I'm afraid we haven't missed the scenes. You could walk away,
Maybe. Bow, bow, bow.
and you said
These licks don't understand. Lord, I ain't ain't the man you think I am. Oh, the Lord, let me be. By the way, I'll always be free. Wanted all across the land. Lord, I ain't the man you think I am. Oh, that's hot as fuck. Okay. That was just a dumbass moment on my part. I just brewed the coffee. Of course it's hot as fuck. Don't tell me you hadn't had one of those days. Don't you tell me you had to have one of those days. Boom, 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 boom. It's the line of hand. Lord, I ain't the man you think I am. Call the Lord and let me be. I've got friends inside I'd love to see. Wanted all across the land. Lord, I ain't the man you think I am. Yeah. See, again, this is stuff that pisses me off about the ACMs and the CMAs, because if the ACMs and the CMAs actually care to play about playing country music, and Benjamin Todd didn't just pop out of fucking nowhere. Dude's been putting out music between this and Lost Dog Street Band for a while. You know what I mean? Like, I know I just stumbled into him in 2024, but it was obvious from all of the stuff he'd released where it's like, shit, you've been doing this for a while, my dude. But he doesn't fit the image. Everything is marketing, kids. Everything is marketing. You ain't the man you think I am. The law, or let me be. You can get eternity. Want it all across the land. Lord, I ain't the man you think I am. I ain't the man you think I am. That's Benjamin Todd off of his Shooting Star album, which if you haven't checked that one out, I would highly recommend giving that one a listen. Because all the songs, basically the idea behind, the creative idea behind the album for Benjamin was trying to record a song kind of in all of the different styles of kind of Nashville and country music over the decades. So just like I said, I love the concept of it, and I've listened to it. It's an excellent album, and it's one of those. Benjamin Todd's one of those artists that I always share with people who try to tell me that they don't nobody's making country music anymore. Because trust me, they are. Trust me, they are. One of the reasons I do this show is to prove the point. You know what I mean? There's a lot of sounds outside of top 40 mainstream country. I'm not here to dog mainstream country. I'm just here to play all the other sounds. Make sure you're following along on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page, because I go live on YouTube and TikTok during the show as well. So you can come hang out in the studio if you want to go that route. Got Charles Wesley Godwin on the way. Also got some new stuff from Tyler Braden. As well as, well, you know what? I'm not going to give too much away. I got some brand new stuff coming up next, debuting a new one from Georgia artist Ben Chapman. His song Downbeat. Up next on Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service.
Because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. Speaking of Sam Phillips, we got some Margot Price on the way, recorded over at Sam Phillips Recording Service. But up next, like I said, new stuff from Ben Chapman. It's Kicks 96, Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion?
Shut up. No, I don't. When I watch a movie, I watch a movie. I don't ask a lot of questions. Okay. Lord, I ain't the man you think I am. All right. So we're going to play Ben Chapman. Shit. Oh, God. Well, here's hoping there's no bad cuss words during that song, because I don't think I've fully reviewed it. That was not a great idea, but...
A man's vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, you're
blah 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 blah.
With pneumococcal pneumonia that adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's get to work. Only the best country. Kicks 96.
I just love this groove, man. I really do.
This place gets scary at the dark. Buying cocaine in the parking lot. It's a little too calm before the storm. Yeah, I'm breaking a sweat and it ain't even warm. Because it finds another bottle in a wicked stare on the girl next door with a platinum hair. This high so long way down. Keep on flying on hit the ground and I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Cause when the downbeat comes, everything's alright. Trying to make the best of another night. You never know what might ever come along. You might get lucky, sing your favorite song. Two cousins in a corner about to get in a fight over some my nuts. They can't get it. Downbeat comes, everything's alright. Downbeat comes, everything's alright, alright.
But yeah, I just stumbled into Ben Chapman's music maybe a couple of weeks ago, something like that. And I mean, that's how it goes, man. If you're trying to listen to new stuff's going to pop up. And this is the one that popped up. And I listened to a few more of his songs. There's more of them I want to add, but there's only so much space in, like, you know, a radio music library. That's why I've got my own external hard drive so I can play it like this if I need to, right? Anyway. But like I said, I like shit like this. It's got kind of that.
When the downbeat comes, everything's alright. Trying to make a best of another night. You never know what might ever come along. You might get lucky, sing a favorite song. Two cousins in a corner about to give in a fire. Song about nothing, they can't get it. Downbeat comes, everything's alright. When the downbeat comes, everything's alright. Downbeat comes, everything's alright.
With the platinum hair, becomes everything's alright. Everything's alright. Downbeat comes, everything's alright.
Everything's alright.
As Georgia artist Ben Chapman making his debut on Country Underground Downbeat. Make sure you're following the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page, because every Saturday after Country Underground, I make sure to post kind of a best of what you missed sort of playlist. So make sure you go check out that playlist, give it a listen, share it with all your friends, and like I said, make sure you're following along on the Big Farley O'Connell Facebook page. It's Country Underground with Big Farley O'Connell, brought to you by Sam Phillips Recording Service, because if you're not doing something different, you're not doing anything at all. Here's some Margot Price recorded over at Sam Phillips. A Little Pain, Country Underground, Big Farley O'Connell, kicks out E6. That's how you do it.
I'm so tired, but I can't see too many obligations. I'm trying to please everybody except for myself. Like we've all said, ain't in it for my health. Everyone thinks it's gonna work no fun, but
Little pain, if anyone, little pain. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get, I got to add Caitlin Butts. Come rest your head on my pillow. All right. All right, what do we got coming up here? We got some Charles Wesley Godwin. Wait a minute. Shit. I think we want to go with that one. I don't want to go with the new Charles Wesley Godwin because I played some new stuff last week and I try to vary it up. Like, you know, there's going to be a little bit of repetition among like the artists that I'm playing. But I just want to make sure I'm not playing the same songs by the same artist over and over again, right? Like I understand like whatever the kind of the singles are off their most recent album, and I want to have those, but I want to make sure I've got some of their older stuff I can mix in as well, especially if it's worth listening to. And Charles Wesley Godwin is definitely worth listening to, whether it's Family Ties, the most recent album, or whether it's How the Mighty Fall, or if you want to go back to, I think, Seneca Creek, I think that was his debut. But it's some goddamn phenomenal songwriting. Now, obviously, I thought I would say Charles Wesley Godwin again. I hate to get into subgenres because it seems picky shit, but that'd be more of like a country folk. That because he's from West Virginia, he's just kind of got that sound. But he does. I haven't been able to see him live. I haven't been able to see a lot of shows live because I work in fucking radio and I'm broke. Anyway, but I have heard that Charles Wesley Godwin puts on a hell of a live show, but he's also a runner. Like he'll post on his social media about like his morning miles and stuff like that. And I respect it. I'm not and never will be a runner, but I respect the dedication and the discipline. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, so understandably, he's going to have more energy to put out on stage. And from what I've heard, it's exactly what he does. So anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some nicotine after we do the weather. I'm definitely gonna need a bit of a nicotine break, so we're gonna make sure that happens. That's for real. That's 100%.